With so many things I would like to say, I can't quite think of a better way than to quiet my mind and just feel it out. I must stop my own thinking and end my own doubt. I know I've never been a reliable creature. My nature, it seems, is a wild and restless feature. But it's always been so, and it will always be, that the spirit of you, well, it lives strong in me. I can hear you in my cackle and in my brutal sense of humor. I know it through instinct you gave me, though sharp like a cougar. You taught me things that some folks would say were too much for a child, but that was your way. And I am so grateful, truly beyond words, for the trust you had in me. And hey, fuck those turds. What do they know anyway, the bulk of wood ducks? The advice of the masses just turns out more schmucks. You taught me some tricks that would change everything. It gave me a superpower I could pull like a string. To smile at my enemy and look them dead in the face. And while that did spoil all the fights I did chase, I just wanted to know how I'd go in the fray. But a foe whose tail's wagging, well, it left them all dismayed. This taught me so much about my fellow man, how this world really works. This you helped me understand. I was never a creature to be thought of as prey, for my father taught me how to hold myself in a fray. You said always, always treat everyone you meet with respect, but if a teacher mistreats you, well, it's highly likely he's a reject. Someone weak-willed and spiteful for their own faulted nature, and you always trusted me to spot the true from the faker. You and Mama both showed me so much care and good faith that it never could have been in me to become a weak-natured wraith. You gave me an inner power that I can hardly put into words, a self-respect that forced me to separate myself from the herds. I had to forge my own path and find my own unique way. It pains me to think this has put distance between us in any way. In my heart, though, it hasn't, and it never will. You're so strongly within me, in my mind's words that ring like a drill. I cannot tolerate bullshit. No, not even a whiff. Some might point out that this makes me a little stiff. Some of us are just harder, a little coarser than the rest. You and I both know this doesn't hold true for our inner best. Inside us both is a warmness, a loyalty almost to a fault. The majority will not see it, though. We keep it locked up in a vault. But hey, it is said one shouldn't cast pearls before swine. As you lose your pearls, and the pigs, well, they just whine. But for those that are ours, we are fierce defenders, and woe to those foolish enough to be our loved ones' offenders. For when you rile a bull, you'll most surely get the horns. In the eyes of the soft majority, this behavior is met with scorn. Fuck that noise, though. You and I both know better. This is simply nature's way, it's hierarchical pressure. You showed me how to flip goats that were twice my size. To get a stubborn animal to respect you, this to me was such a prize. Not to be overbearing or too forceful with one's will, but so one could be a leader to watch over his flock with skill. This takes a certain toughness, less tolerance than most give, and without this the group would go to jelly. Chaos would then live. You taught me to question everything, especially what sounded too good to be true. Now this has become my inner creed, this skeptical bastard it did brew. I cannot thank you enough for this perception you helped to foster. Though this does mean to most of the world I've become an intolerable monster. This, though, I am happy with, to not be one of many, many wood ducks, whose insane raucous quacking does deafen the ears and cause inner flux. For Father Tree I have grown out, from you and Mother both. I am but an offshoot, your spirits both mingled flavour my oaths. The way my mind does speak to me, and the way I hold myself, and the way I'll raise my own children has been inspired by this wealth. I love you with all my heart, and with my fierce and loyal will. And on this special day, how I would love for gifts to spill. But once again, as usual, my way hasn't left me much to spare. Money's never been my strong suit, so instead my song I'll share. Happy Father's Day, my dear one. I wish I was there to hug you. Mum and the girls will have to do it for me, and hopefully as a crew. Know you are always with me. I hear your words in mine all the time. And I'm aiming to be more together. It's taking time. I will see you soon though, and hopefully more often. I can't wait for more dinner chats that would make a saint spin in his coffin. With all my love, I send these words in the hopes that they make you feel at least some of the pride that I do when I think of my father, a man so honest and real. I love you, Dad, and thank you just for being you. Have a happy Father's Day from me and my zoo.